The idea that we're keeping children safe by withholding information from them is just completely insane. You know, it's like trying to keep somebody from being hit by a truck by refusing to tell them what traffic is.
So the first time that I was introduced to sex ed was in 5th grade with my teacher gathering us all on the carpet with a pop-up book. It was the pelvis, and then it had like the arrows pointing to these are the fallopian tubes or these are the ovaries. And I mean, obviously I don't know what the diagram of the male pelvis looked like because they separated females from males for those classes.
My grade 9 high school teacher made the girls in my class swear that we would never have unprotected sex unless we were in a committed relationship, had enough money to raise a child.
It was kind of like the horrors of sex. Very old videos with sort of like horror movie jump scare close-ups of diseased genitalia as sort of like, this is what will happen to you if you have sex.
I remember in middle school, there was like a theater group come in and they had a little jingle to Mamma Mia, but it was like gay, straight, lesbian, bisexual. But that was like the only exposure to the idea of there being queerness.
No particular mention of homosexuality that I recall, or nothing in detail for sure.
There was nothing about consent or the dynamics of a healthy relationship or any sort of consent-based education at all. That was not at all a part of the education I got.
When we were having all of these classes, the assumption was that, of course, you were straight. Of course, you were going to one day marry an opposite-sex partner and start a family. So if you were under the impression that maybe some part of your sexuality or your gender identity didn't fit into that box, there was really no particular support for you. There was nothing to normalize those feelings. You know, I think probably a lot of people from my generation learned things about sex by watching, you know, American Pie movies.
I was also a Tumblr kid, so there's lots of sex ed on Tumblr, and that's how I learned about it.
Pick a TV show you like, pick 2 characters that you think would make a good couple, and Google it. You can get Harry Potter erotic fanfiction, you can get Twilight, you can get the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And then pornography.
We keep on getting told over and over again, don't watch porn to learn about sex, but some kids aren't being given any other option because it's easier to get on a computer with incognito mode than it is to get decent sexual education.
There are useful things you can learn about sex from pornography. If you've never given a blowjob before and you see that in a film and you're like, okay, that's what it looks like, that's how it's done. That's handy. I don't think it should be the entirety of telling you about what sex is, though. It's not teaching you to respect women. It's not teaching you how to approach a sexual encounter in a consensual way at all.
It's not a teaching tool, it's entertainment. You're not gonna learn how to shoot a gun by watching John Wick movies, so.
I think sex education has a real ability to step in and sort of tell people that it's okay to be who they are and to give them the information that they need to be able to lead, you know, healthy and happy lives.
People worry, oh, well, if you give them all the information right off the bat, then yeah, they're just gonna go and do it. And it's like, okay, well, maybe some of them might. But at least they'll be safe because they know to wear condoms, they know about dental dams, and if they're gonna screw at 16, then, I mean, how are you gonna stop them? All you can do is make sure they're safe and they're healthy and it's consensual.
I think by giving education around the different ways that people can be, it really is kind of like affirming to people being able to see themselves represented. It was only, you know, straight sex and how to not get pregnant and how to protect yourself around STIs. It would have been really great to have that information. Maybe I would have come out earlier, but no, there wasn't anything else. Kids need it.